Bro, what the you hear this? That's how you want to start the show? You just, bro, the way you delivered that was crazy,
No, not
bro.
like you, like it didn't work
You
on
said,
you.
yo, did that hair even work, bro?
I just want to know if it's going to work for me, bro, because I'm not going to lie. I was like putting it off for so long. I put it off for so long. Because I got offers to do that hair thing for like the last 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the offer that I gave you is a good deal.
It was a terrible offer.
No, bro.
Because I actually went to him and asked for way more, and he said yes.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, I don't freaking know, dude. I mean, I got more than that. But I just figured maybe because no, hold on. I didn't get more cash. The amount of cash I got was not that much. But do you know how much I made off that referral? It's one of the biggest deals I've ever done in my life. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No, I didn't know that.
Bro, because if you're getting that much per sign up, like I think they gave me the deal assuming that I would have like, 50, 60 people sign up and it would be this like deal where they would pay me $10K and they would promote their company. Bro, I had like 1,500 signups in the first month.
Yeah.
Dude.
But I got a way better deal than you, apparently.
Nah. Well, you don't know what my deal was. You don't know what my deal was. You can't.
Well, you lowball my.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it after. I'd like to know. By the way, if you got a good deal, bravo, bro. Congrats, dude. I salute you, dude. When are you gonna go?
I don't know. I'm going to tomorrow to get stem cells done on this finger first. Cause I'm going.
You going to my guy?
What?
Are you going to my guy?
Who? Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to Austin.
What do you mean you're going to Austin? Are you going to the dude that I fucking connected you to?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I reached out to a bunch of different people and a bunch of people connected me to.
The main head dog, dude, Ways to Well.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's where I'm going.
I connected you.
Well, like four different people did, to be fair. 4 different people were like, this is the guy. I'm just saying, 4 different people were
What's the point of me even doing anything ever, bro?
No.
It's like I connect you to the people in Turkey. I'm like, do this deal. Then you're like, your deal's ass. I connected you to the stem cell guy. It's going to save your life. You're like, oh, man, I don't even remember if it was you or not.
No, because dude, 4 people recommended the same person.
He's the best. He's the best.
Yeah.
Number one, wait till you see his facility. Takes care of every person from Rogan to Aaron Rodgers to every UFC fighter, every wrestler. He saved people's, Rey Mysterio's knees. Like, bro, he's the actual goat.
Legit.
He's the actual goat of stem cells.
Yeah.
The actual goat.
I'm really excited. Super excited because it's healing, but it looks funky, man. I'm not going to lie.
I got to ask you, man, what the happened to your finger, dude? I don't know the story. I think I messaged Josh about it, but I'd really like to hear it. I'm sure you've told it 1,000 times by now, but I'd really like to hear what exactly happened.
Yeah, but it was, dude, I could show you. It was just so stupid. Like, I have video footage.
I don't know.
You saw the pictures on Twitter?
No, you sent me pictures with it completely missing.
Yeah. So the dumbest thing ever, I did a pod with Rampage. This is before all his son drama stuff. We'll talk about that. And I I'm like, I'm going to do a live stream. I want to live stream in the desert, like in Gorman, and ride dirt bikes with Rampage. So I set that whole day up. So we did a pod, then we're going to go do a live stream. We get done with the podcast. We go outside. We're loading up the bikes. We're like organizing the Starlink. Another buddy comes with like a big 4x4, like a side-by-side Can-Am for videographers to get into, to be able to video as we ride around. We set up the Starlink. Everything's good. We're like looking for plugs. We figure it all out. We load up all the bikes. Everything's loaded up except for my bike. It's like, I've loaded up my bike 50 times in the back of my truck. Josh goes to grab the bike, pull it up to the back of the Raptor out there, the truck. And then I go to grab the other side. He's on the other side. We go to lift it. And just like instantly, I just put my hand in the bottom, like towards the brake calipers and where the spokes are, wrong positioning. The wheel turns and What
do you mean the wheel turns?
It rolled because we were putting it up on and it was going to roll a little bit.
Yep.
So like, imagine I had my finger there and the tire quickly like shifts and turns. And so I must have had my finger just between the brake caliper and like one of the spokes, and it just pushed it right off, like instantly.
With no power from the bike, it was just inertia from the wheel turning.
From us both lifting the bike
and pushed your pinky into the brake caliper
Yeah, and cut it sharp straight off. And it was weird because the brake caliper, the whole thing was pretty soft. It wasn't.
They're not blades.
Yeah, they're not blades. You're right. But where my finger was, I went back and looked at it. It was like way sharper than the other one. So it was just like destined to be.
Can you sue someone?
No, sue KTM.
Can you sue someone, bro?
Dude, I wish. I was about to sue
Bradley.
Listen, hold on. I was about to sue the hospital because when I went to go get my finger reattached, we put it on ice, and you're supposed to put it on ice a certain way. Like, you're not supposed to put it in like the ice. Not supposed to sit so it doesn't soak in the water. You're supposed to put it on top on like gauze or like in a bag.
Yeah. Just tossed it into like a pond.
No. So we put it in this thing. We brought it there, and we're about to get the surgery done. First of all, it takes like 2 hours to get a hand surgeon there. But in between time, we're like, my buddy, because I'm like kind of out of it. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? My buddy Josh was like, yo, is it supposed to be sitting there like that? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. And they just like kind of sat it there. And I think they could have reattached my pinky, but they didn't because the way that they stored it for like those 2 hours was wrong.
Wait. So what's under that gauze? Is there I don't need to see it. Is there a pinky there or a half a pinky or like what's going on under that gauze?
It's most of my pinky. It's just like if you saw my finger right here.
Yeah.
The blade cut me like this way on my finger. So it cut me like, I could say like this. So it cut off most of my nail and like the tip of my pinky. So it still went up. It only got a little bit of the bone at the tip here, but it took off like this part. Basically.
What did it do to the bone?
It just missed the bone. I think it just grazed the bone. Cause I remember when I pulled my hand back after I knocked it off and I looked at it and I was like, yo, that's really bad. And I like glanced back at the bike and I was like, I could see my nail. Like my pinky nail. So
as someone who has severed and scored deeply into their body a number of times, right? Yeah. I've had organs removed. I've got so much hardware inside my body. I always would know that there was a major issue if I could see that card. This was so far beyond that. And you want to know the worst pain in the world after maybe dental pain is a paper cut. Like a severe, it sounds like you got the worst paper cut of all time. It sliced your finger off.
It's weird. It didn't hurt as much as you thought. Like it felt like I stubbed my toe.
Were you in
like
shock?
A little bit of me was. I think when I saw my pinky like on the bike, because I was like, oh, I cut my pinky off. And so that right away was like, I wasn't like stressing or crying or like scared. I was just like, what the fuck do I do? And then we just drove straight to the hospital.
So were they able to reattach anything or they just said, fuck it?
They sewed it up in a way that like most of my pinky looks like it's still there. It's just like you could tell it's going to be missing like this top part of my pinky.
I mean, what do you really truthfully use a pinky for? What is it going to actually affect? Does it affect your support on a bar?
Grip strength.
Really?
Grip strength. It's one of the most important fingers for grip strength. Yeah. So it will affect grip strength. Now, is that as important for like all movements that I'm doing, like bodybuilding wise? Probably not. But like the good thing is I was able to I have all joints. It's not like I cut off these 2 joints. I still have all the joints. It's just going to look funny. I'll still be able to probably get the strength back. I think with the stem cells and stuff, it will gather, the nerves and everything will be a little bit better after that.
Yeah.
And that's my goal. It's just to have like a fully usable pinky.
Because right now you're not. I mean,
right now there's still a bunch of stitches in it.
Yeah. How many stitches?
Dude, I don't know, like 5 to 10.
Okay.
Because he basically, like, it was a giant hole you saw on Twitter, and he basically sewed it up like from the middle here, and he like sewed it up.
I mean, bro, what I saw on Twitter looked like the top part of your finger was gone.
Yeah,
it looked like up the part of your pinky was gone.
Yeah, it was.
There's just a hole.
Yeah, that's what happened. And then he sewed it, like all that skin that was loose like this, he sewed it like under the nail. So there's still a little bit of the nail bed. Like there's this much of my nail bed still there, and it's gonna grow up, but I don't know how it's gonna end up looking over like the nubby part of it.
Yeah, I feel like
I'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'll be fine either way.
I mean, dude, if I could trade my current ankle injury for that, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Would you really?
A heartbeat, dude. I can't take one step without feeling severe pain, bro. I have end stage arthritis in my ankle.
It just hurts all the time?
All the time.
Like right now?
It's this big. It's filled with screws and plates. My only option is to either get TAR, which is total ankle replacement, which only lasts 7 years, or you get fusion, which is to actually fuse the leg to the foot with no ankle. They remove the ankle joint.
How did that even happen?
I broke in 2008 in a botched like robbery attempt. Like these kids were trying to I was selling 2 grams of dope out the window of my car. And this kid was like, I'm like, dude, give me the money first. He's like, dude, like, what the you think I want to beat you? And he started counting his money. It was in West Haven. And I had 2 of my boys with me. So I was like, dude, he's not gonna beat me. So I just handed it to him. He's like, you're beat. Do something about it, and just started walking away. So we all piled out of the car. I went to crack him from the side or from the back because he was actually walking backwards. And at that moment, his homie, who I didn't see was around the side of the house, came out and tackled me. And when he tackled me, my foot was like lodged under it. I was like in a up driveway in West Haven, and my foot stayed. My body went to the side and it just ripped off. So it just broke both bones. I had a radial fracture, so it was just a disaster. And then keep in mind too, my foot's hanging off like upside down like this, and I'm in a fight for my life. Too, they're pounding on top of me. Luckily, my homie Kevin came over and was able to choke one of them out completely unconscious. We got the drugs back. We got in the car. Started driving to the hospital. We're in a 6-speed. My buddy's driving my car. He doesn't even know how to, he's doing the best he can. So my ankle's going like this the whole time, flying all over the place. And
it's just limp.
Yeah, completely limp, broken off. Not compound, like the bone's not through the skin, but it's just completely broken off.
Yeah.
So then we're going to go to the hospital. I have to go I want to drop all of the drugs. I had like 10 grams of heroin on me. I want to go drop it off at the house. So I go put it in the top sock drawer. He goes in and puts it in the top sock drawer, comes back out, starts driving. The second before we go to get on the highway, every, narcotics, major crimes, everyone, because they said we had guns at the fight. They called and said they have guns.
Wait, the guys who were buying the drugs called the cops?
All the neighbors that saw the fight. It's really tight in West Haven. Okay. So everybody that saw it, they were like, they f***ed them up. They have guns, all this. So they pull us over, take us out of the car. They take my golf bag out of my car, lay me down in the middle of the street handcuffed, and they prop my ankle on my golf bag for like 2 hours. They search the whole car down, tear all the seats out. So I'm laying on the ground, spitting, like begging the cops, pulling at their pants like this, like, please, bro, bring me to the hospital. I'm in so much pain. They're like, we don't care until we finish the search. Damn. And then finally I get to the hospital in Milford. I got to Milford, had a completely messed up leg, and they were treating me like a piece of shit because everybody knew who I was in the town. So they wouldn't give me any drugs. They wouldn't give me any painkillers. They just let me, like, my mom was screaming.
Yeah, it's terrible. I didn't take any painkillers for this.
Yeah.
It's different than that. That sounds.
I mean, it was pretty gnarly, but I've had so many instances like that, and it's actually crazy. I was thinking about it the other day, how many. I was driving home with Kifa the other day from Tav's. We did like a little birthday party for Tav down in Palm Springs, and I was talking to Kifa about another event that happened in like 2007, maybe like a little bit earlier, like 2006, and I got pulled over, and I just bagged up. I just picked up 10 grams of heroin. I just bagged it up. So 10 grams, this is like way too much detail, but it's interesting. Okay. So 10 grams breaks down into, if you bag up at 0.3 bundles, breaks down into about 330 bags, individual dime bags of dope, right? That you can then go sell at street level. Yeah. So it's 33 bundles. So I'm driving and
what would that convert to?
Cash wise?
Yeah.
At the time, I probably was getting like $1.10 per bundle. So maybe like 3,300, a little over $3,300. And I'd probably would pay like $1,200 for it. So it was a pretty good, I mean, it would take me a little while to move through that much because it's a decent amount. I mean, most people buy about a bundle on the streets. Like 1,600, but I would also sniff a good chunk of it, obviously, right?
Yeah, not good.
So I'm driving and I'm already on a suspended sentence. I have a 5-year suspended sentence. I was on 5-year probation, 5 years suspended. So if you violate your probation for any reason, you have to go do 5 years automatically. And then whatever else you got arrested for gets added on top of it, right? So it could be just for anything, for a speed, like reckless driving, for example, right?
Yeah.
So I'm driving. I have this on me in my cargo pocket. And I'm driving from East Haven towards Milford to go start making sales. And I get pulled over. And I'd never been pulled over with that much. I'd been pulled over with a couple OxyContin, weed, all that shit, whatever. But I'd never been pulled over with a real amount of weight like that, like intent to distribute weight. And I get pulled over. I've got a suspended license. They come up to the window. They say, hey, Mike, what's going on? And I knew I was screwed as soon as they said that. They're like, hey, Mike, where are you going tonight? And I was like, dude, this is... And I've got $5,000 or like $5,600, something like that in the middle compartment. They pull me out of the car. They search the car. They find that. They're like, where are you working these days? I was like, oh, I just do odds and ends for my grandmother. Dumbest answer of all time. They're like, oh yeah, $5,600, huh? Go search the whole car. They don't find anything. For some reason, they search me after. So they put me up. I got my hands on the top of the car. Start patting down. It's in, remember the old cargo pockets that were really fat?
Yeah.
It was in the bottom of one of those, like just stuffed in there. All he had to do was reach in it. He patted over it. My knees were knocking together, bro. The reason I'm telling you this is think about this. Think about things in life and how they work. I'm sitting in the car driving back with Kifa. We're talking about our lives and like how long we've known each other. It's, you know, we just gotten done doing this thing and we're having like a real heart to heart. He goes, you would have never known any of this. I would have never met you. Yeah. I never would have met you. I never would have met him. I never would have met Kifa, Tav. Probably would never even came to California. If he just in that one split instance of life just reached in or felt it and reached in, 5 years suspended plus probably another 10 on top.
Yeah.
I probably would, maybe not still be, but I probably would have done 7 or 8 years. I never would have had any of this. I never would have met anybody. Talk about content. It's just where I'm going with this is it's really wild how the most split second and tiny little things in life could ripple out or not ripple out in such insane ways, like crazy butterfly effect.
I think they all do. It's just like it takes time for you to see it come to fruition. Like, I mean, even for example, that day on the concept that you're talking of, the only way that I was able to make myself feel better was like, okay, maybe if I went and rode dirt bikes, something even worse would have happened. That's the only thing.
100%.
That's 100%. Because there was no other way. I was like, why? Like, why does remember my hands were injured for like a whole, like, I feel like the last 2 years my hands have been injured, which is a very weird thing. Like my dog's fighting me, ripping them apart like multiple times, having injuries on my fingers. And this is like the last one. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But I'm like, yo, I have to look at it that it could have been way worse.
100%.
So, I mean, that's just how life is. I think in all aspects, it's that way. You know?
It's just a perspective thing. I mean, everything.
But the question that I have, and it's kind of in regards to both of us, is although everyone knows that to be true, we all accept that to be true, right? But there are actions, there are choices you make that lead you down these roads, regardless. Like for and I'm speaking to when I said in regards to us is like. I saw you battling recently for, being the guy without a family and being older.
Oh yeah, I'm the poster child.
And I'm not too far behind you. The same sort of situation, no kids. And I think about that a lot. I think about the choices that I made over all these years and like how choices that I made when I was younger obviously led me to where I'm at today. Obviously very happy in a lot of ways, but there are those other avenues of my life. And we've talked about this on the phone a couple times, I think, over the last 6 months, that you're just like, at least me, I'm like, man, did I make all the right choices in a lot of other ways? But I also know that you can't. Like, I know that I can't make all of the right choices, but then I have to go, well, then maybe I did. Like, maybe it's just my timing is just different.
I'll speak for myself. I've lived a very, very, very complex life.
Yeah.
Layers of complexity. And so the conversation lately about the kids and the aging and stuff like that, I've had to get to a point, and I've luckily got to a point years ago where unless you're able to really relate to me on a level of you've lived on the streets, you've battled substance and mental illness at the level that I have, you've battled organ removals and debilitating injuries and felony charges and family issues, and then covered so much ground to a point where you're living a life at the top tier of networking and career and all of these different things, and you truly can empathize and understand for that situation. And why are you talking to me about anything? You can do it. I'll respect your opinion, but I'm not gonna. It's very, very hard for me to relate to anyone who tries to layer on some sort of like, this is how life has to go, because my life doesn't look like anyone else's. There's not a single person out there in this world that I can go and look, maybe 5, where I can go and be like, yo, look at the level of comeback in this story, right? So like, should I? No, there is nothing that I would change. There is nothing that I would change. It is, for me to even be sitting here having this conversation with you on the couch right now is a miracle. An absolute miracle, dude. It should have never happened. I should have been dead 1,000 times over or in jail 1,000 times over. So like to look back and be like, oh, I regret this thing, or, you know, I had this girl, and dude, is going to play out the way it plays out. It really is. Life is a mix of like free will and fate and God and luck and talent and opportunity and all of the timing. Yeah. And it's going to play out the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, to the point, like I had that tweet last week with like, went absolutely insane. I made that ridiculously like random tweet at Logan's wedding about like your friends asking you when you leave parties, like where you went. And it just went so fucking viral. Yeah. And I didn't think it was going to be like some definitive moment for me, but it was just like a mess around tweet. And you know, it definitely makes me think, dude, but I'm sure, I don't know if you feel like me, but the way I truly feel about my life, dude, is I could look around at anyone in the world. I see beauty in everybody's lives. People have families. Logan's got a beautiful family. Both my sisters have multiple kids. Other people don't have families and they do other stuff. There's not a single person that I would trade my life with. And I can say that to you dead in the eyes. There's not a single human on this planet that I would say, you know what, I'm so envious of their life that I would give up this adventure that I'm on. I love my life. I love exploring new places. I love meeting new people. I love having the freedom to just do anything I want, whenever I want. If I want to go to Finland, if I want to go to Oktoberfest, I love exploring and then storytelling based on that exploration. That's what I love to do. It's what really, really drives me. And am I intrigued by the idea of continuing my namesake and having children and raising them in a cool way, being the dad that I know I could be as an intelligent and funny and, you know, like all of the things that I have to offer with all of the empathy and perspective that I've gained through all of this life experience? Of course, it's intriguing to me, but I'm not in any rush. I'm not working on anyone else's timeline. I'm going to do it in the way that I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so like, I'm sure you're in the same boat as me. And if you're not, you should be, which is just like, dude, the online audience is like walking past a playground. And you're on your way to do something great, or you're already doing something great, and the kids on the slide are screaming, look at this mother, bro. And there's a lot of them, but that's what I see when I see the comments, and I'll just toy back. Like, look at you, 40, grow up, start a family, for real. Like, dog, I'm in the middle of the ocean on a mega yacht right now, doing the things I want to do. Why am I even seeing your, you know what I'm saying? But that's the world we live in. Like, for example, like, not to go too far off topic because I want to get back to the kids, but like Mr. Beast.
Yeah. That guy can't do, I mean, the guy does everything right.
Dude is literally building wells and providing water, providing schools, providing eyes, ears, shit for people who don't have it, and people are mad because they don't feel like he's doing it for the right reasons.
Or because he smiled weird.
And you smile weird. Dude, shut the fuck up. What are you, the voice that the sad general mass has nowadays, it's to me, it's hilarious. I know for younger people, it's hurtful and it hurts them, and it represents to them like real things about themselves. To me, it really is just like, you know, white noise. It's like that. It's just like stupid. Bro, you do not have the latitude or authority to speak to me on that level. You don't. And I see that, so I'm not interested in your conversation. If someone who has the critical ability based on their own life experience, their own success, their own family, whatever, wants to come talk to me about something, have that conversation all day, one-on-one. Let's talk about it. Let me give you the context to really understand where I'm coming from. Let me understand the context of where you're coming from. But this headline comment culture is, why would we even entertain that? What's the point?
Yeah. I feel like it's gotten worse though.
Just depends. Like it just depends on how much you, as the holder of your own perspective in life and your own horizon, like the horizon theory, this is your life. It's gotten worse for the people who allow it to get worse. For me, I read it, I laugh at it. Like when some of the shit is so funny to me. Like when they get a good joke on me, I'm like, that was a good one. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny to me, and I actually respect it. I'm like, dude, you deserve the $26 you're going to make on Twitter this month for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, What?
Dude, I think Twitter might just be the worst place for it, specifically. But it seems like it's everywhere. Like, okay, outside of obviously your perspective on it and you seeing it, do you think though that as a whole it's gotten worse? The internet in general has gotten more negative.
It just continues to be more in general. I don't know that it's more. I don't think it's more negative or less negative. It's just starting to. It just has really just enveloped everything, and you're watching like traditional celebrity, traditional athlete, traditional politician, all of that fade out to be reinvented by the social media representation of those people. So instead of a 28-0 boxer that's coming out of New York City, Golden Gloves, you get the Jake Paul version. Instead of like this guy who's, fought for immigrants and for this thing and for that thing and help build take a city like Detroit to a better place. And now he moves up to the next level from mayor to governor to president. You get Trump. As opposed to, artists that are musicians and multi-talented musicians like Tame Impala and Mac Miller was, you get, I don't know,
Doechii?
like, or someone, or like Playboy Cardi or something like that. That's just like runs off these really quick social media hits, and everything's become very bite-sized and by the way, like I'm in many ways a product of it as well. Like I can't hate on it. It's just the way that the world is going. We've become we've become part of the algorithm. That's all we are now. We're just ones and zeros at this point. There's no reality.
Yeah. But that's where it gets scary. Because of the controlling of it, the coordination of it, like
like who's pulling the levers?
Yeah, like that aspect of it, knowing that like because we're so ingrained in it now, like us, like real people, and then they've also ingrained so much like fake influence, bots, all this sort of whoever is controlling, the algorithms, it's like we're kind of at bay to that direction. Like you see this shit comes out and it's like, this new trans shooter, and now you see the whole right has now done this like trans, like it's all mental illness, and like look at the pattern, and these people are shooting people, and it's an MK Ultra, Candace Owens, it's an MK Ultra thing, and like this is all a product. Like I can't say it's either true or false, but I can say there is enough evidence of something. I don't know if it's a group of people, a bunch of different groups of people, a bunch of different, like, I don't know, dude, corrupt nonsense, just trying to make the world go, what the f is going on, so they can continue as usual. But it just feels like that's getting way more powerful.
I agree with you, and I believe when you say that this could all in some way be a tool for some sort of confusion tactic by the government or whatever. But the knife that's being held to our throats, we're holding it. We're the ones holding it. Like, even if they're the ones who fashion the knife, which is supposed to sedate us, keep us calm, keep us feeding off of this slop that is social media. I mean, slop, bro. You go, bro. I'm inundated with this brain rot all day. It's rot, dude. Whether you go to Twitter and it's trans Nazis were right and this thing and that thing, and then you go to Twitch and it's like Gorlock is some neon's knee, and it's slop. It is a world of the dumbest bullshit of all time. It is so stupid. But here's the problem. To your point, we're doing it to ourselves. At any moment of your day, you have the option to put it down. You're not doing it.
It's true.
They're not doing it. It is a discipline like anything else. I had to put heroin down. This is way harder.
Way harder.
This is way harder because I can do it in the car. I can do it at the house. I could do it at the movies. I could do it in class. And nobody's like, dude, why are you doing heroin? This has been right-sized for us for 3-year-olds. You got 3-year-olds at Outback looking at this iPad, watching Coco Melon, just eyes glazed over, completely sucked into it. I'm telling you, bro, nothing has ever been more dangerous. Nothing. has ever been more dangerous to the world than this thing.
I agree.
This is the most dangerous thing that has ever happened in the history of mankind.
That is what is so, I don't know, that's what's so scary and so concerning to me, is because we could sit here and have that conversation and say, yeah, just put it down. It's the same conversation about taxes. If we all said we're not going to pay them, we wouldn't have to pay them.
No, it's not.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It's the same conversation.
No, it's not, because you have to pay taxes or there's a penalty.
Yeah,
the penalty of putting your phone down is actually a benefit. But you then reconnect with the real world.
But the thing that I'm talking about is the lack of control, and therefore a massive amount of control.
Let me scare you for a second.
Go ahead.
Okay, and the audience as well. Okay. When one day we figure all this shit out and we know exactly who shot JFK and what was going on Epstein Island, and it's time to rise up against the tyrannical government with our Second Amendment guns, nobody's going to do it. No one's going to do shit.
But that's my point.
No one is going to do shit, because either before our current situation where we're spoon-fed bullshit all day and everybody's fat and stupid and wouldn't get off their couch even if someone was kicking their own kid out front because people are stupid, except for a small minority, no one's going to do anything. People are lazy and they're not going to do anything, dude. They're just not.
You're right, but that's what I'm kind of speaking to, is that you're right. We can just put it down, not be as engaged, focus on our lives, focus on our fitness, focus on our business, focus on our relationship. But you can't ignore something that's also happening regardless to a mass amount of people that's going to end up affecting you regardless. Because I can encourage 1 million people to go, you know what, I'm going to chill, focus on myself, grind, work, and they do it. But there's still a massive amount of the population, like 10-fold, 100-fold, they're never going to step away from it. And that's why.
And you're saying you have to then interact with those people. So they're going to come in.
No, not just interact with those people. Those people are still a part of decision-making, a part of voting, a part of all that. Like, they're still a part of everything that makes our world and our reality. Not in our immediate space, me and you right here in this room. They're not coming in here and being like, you can't say that because we're here and you can't talk. But what I'm saying is, like, that is happening no matter what. And that's why it becomes concerning if you talk about the powers that can control and all this sort of shit, whatever, is because it's happening whether or not we want to participate or not.
Yeah, but okay, so what do you intend to do about that? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's going to continue to get more and more, less and less democratized as you move towards AI and like all of this stuff, and people are garnering more and more power. I mean, powers moving between private sector and government sector in such weird ways nowadays. It's like, I don't know. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to take a stand? Like, do you want to do what they're doing on Twitter and just blame the Jews for everything? Like, what are you willing to actually do to fix the situation? The only thing you really can do at the end of the day is take control of your own life, the life of your family members, in instilling good habits in them and instilling in them survival skills to survive this weird new world we live in. Yeah. People are so ingrained in their belief sets. If you go to someone in one of these sects that believes something specific about something with the most absolute bulletproof evidence of all time that what they're saying is incorrect, they will not budge.
Yeah.
We live in a world where everyone is entrenched in their silos, whether they're doing it for to be a part of something, a community. A lot of these people, it's the first time they've ever felt a part of something. Okay, like, not the right or the left, say both, whatever side or whatever little segment that's a part of it. This is the first time they ever felt included. It's the first time they ever felt cool. They're like, we do this together. Like, let's all do this together. Yeah. Look how many likes I'm getting on Twitter. Then you've got the real scum, the real straight up scumbags that are doing it purely for clicks and money, that are really the ones driving the majority of the infection. Those are the pundits. It's not, bro, I'm telling you right now, that is a talking point. The pundits are worse than the platforms. They just are. Has there been some concerns around suppression? Absolutely. Okay, 100%. But now you're looking at some of these sites that have much more limited suppression. The platforms are basically saying, okay, we get it. You're not cool with that anymore. We're going to kind of let a lot of this fly, especially on X and other sites like that and Reddit and all these places. There's plenty of platforms and Kick There's plenty of platforms for you to go out there and say whatever the fuck you want. So you can't just blame it on the platforms and the powers that control them. The pundits are the ones driving the infection. They're the one, all of the anti-Semitism, all of the, all of the different things that are happening. It's not coming from the platforms. It's coming from people who want you to click their shit so they can make money. Do you think any of them care? Do you think Candace Owens gives a fuck what happens? Do you really think when she goes to bed at night, she's like, oh, I really made a difference today when I was saying Macron's wife is a man? She doesn't give a fuck. Clicks, views, money.
Yeah.
Pockets. That's it. That's all they care about. And then they turn around and say, you're a piece of shit. You're supported by the Jews. That's a defense mechanism that you call projecting, right? Like,
and if the other, you're supported by Qatar or Russia, right? Like it's.
I don't play in any of it. I don't do it. I could have gone into this space so long ago, into this whole red pill versus black and all this crazy, and had a crazy commentary channel about this. Never did it because it's stupid. It's stupid. It's headline culture bullshit that's not supported by any facts. I don't even consider myself a content creator. I don't. I just live my life and sometimes a camera appears. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. There's no concept. You know, the last time I had a piece of content where there was a fucking concept and I had a conversation with someone about it, I just live my life and somebody's like in the background doing this.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to play with these people. I don't with 99% of this community in this industry. Yeah. I come do this show. I drive an hour and a half. I'm not doing this for any reason. I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting new clout. There's no new people who've never heard of me watching the show.
Yeah.
I'm here because I like you.
Yeah, I get it.
The only reason.
Yeah.
I like talking to you.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in this for me.
At any point did you, I mean, that seems like a you at now. That's like a you now though. But you 5 years ago, you did make more moves that were more anticipating certain outcomes, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, my thing has just always been collabing. And the collabing a lot of times was done in the vein of increased viewership. You know what I'm saying? Sure, I'm not gonna deny that. You know what I'm saying? Like views were way different when there was Lana's. Well, I mean, the relationship with Lana was a real thing, but it certainly was complicated and complex.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like with the amount of eyeballs and just the amount of stuff that was going on. But I mean, all that to say, like, I don't know. It's a good question that you're asking, but I don't have the answer to it. And like, I'm like old and mature enough to say like, I don't know what I don't know. And I really don't know how to answer that question. I don't know what you do. I don't know how you unplug from it besides you personally unplugging from it, creating better habits for yourself. And that's it.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I know it all comes down to you. Like that's the reality of all this shit. Like you have to check yourself instead of trying to check other people on Twitter or trying to argue with people. I get it. I just think it just knowing that there is this space that is so entrenched in our society that is seemingly terrible. Like every time I look at it, it's horrible. I'm just like, man, where does this go? How does this end up? Like, where does this all stop at? And it just seems like it sounds like it's only going to become worse. And then AI, we talked about it, like it's only going to become like even more shrewd and like pointed and directional and controlled almost in a sense. It's just a little scary, I guess.
Just get off the grid. I mean, truthfully, like it's one of the things that's always annoyed me has been like this whole like, you know, fence sitter and the clout thing and all this stuff. Do you know how like anti my business model is for me to be telling people right now to stop watching the internet? Why else would I be doing that? If I really, like I'm telling you right now, like the internet is fucking awful. The shit that you're seeing, like people are like, no, but it's a helpful tool. I have everything at the you know, right at my fingertip. Like I can learn about anything. Bro, if you're doing that, God bless you. Like God bless you if you're really wrong. If your algorithm really looks like that, like today's hot science tip of the day. But in reality, like it's probably like Heel Mike beating the shit out of someone or like HSS Tiki Taki fighting people in Marbella and like Gorlock sitting on someone's head. You know what I'm saying? And like that's probably what your algo looks like. And Togi betting $1 million on something and you know what I'm saying? Like and you know, God bless all of them. They're doing great with what they're doing, but it's just like, dude, like I feel like we've lost track so much of like what life is that this has all become normalized now. Like it's all so normal to just sign on and be like, bro, did you see this video of this dude getting run over by a fucking train today? Bro, his whole head exploded, man. Isn't that shit crazy? And then like 2 seconds later, it's like a trans woman murdered 87 children. And people are like, oh man, dude, this trans dude. Like, what? The only thing I can think to do is like, turn it off, man.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
I get it. Yeah.
What else do you actually do? Like, what? Like, give me another option. Petition, like go to legislature, like write a book about it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what you do.
Yeah. You know, because that's the thing when people talk about, you know, the whole conversation around like Jews and stuff. It's like, or the controlling people, whatever controlling groups there are. My mind is like, I just kind of always go back in that circle of, even if you were to remove all the Jews or the people controlling from these things, whoever gets in the place afterwards, they're just controlling at their own advantage. I'm just like,
it's just so as a Christian, a 100% baptized at birth Christian, the whole thing of like the world is run by Jews, like every position is a Jew, and it's all this like Jewish. I don't even know what to say about it. Like the fact that has become such a talking point to me is like absolutely crazy.
Well, it's because there's so many things like when you point to like government officials that like you can't ignore certain things.
So for example, the president of the free world, the leader of the free world, is he Jewish?
I don't believe so.
Okay, he's not. He's the leader of the free world. Is he Jewish? No. I'm going to ask you some questions. I don't know what the answer to any one of these is.
You can go, well, how was he funded? Was he funded by that?
I don't know. I don't know how you're telling me this little tiny state. I'm not saying this is wrong. Oh, you had what's his name on?
Nick.
I want to say this really quick, by
the way.
I got
shit for that.
No, I want to say this really quick. Take out what he's saying. That dude is one of the best orators on the internet. His ability to speak is... I would never, ever want to end up in a debate with that guy. Dude, he is like true. And I'll always give flowers to people. I don't care who they are for the things they do well. Because keep in mind, I was going to say on the flip side, on the same side as him, the greatest speaker that we've seen in modern times is Hitler. Hitler was one of the greatest orators ever. Like the reason he was able to create the control that he had was because he was so charismatic, so well spoken, and his delivery and his substance was extremely well delivered. Okay. So not to put them in the same bucket.
Jesus.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not putting him in the same bucket, but he's a very, very good speaker.
Yeah.
He's a very good speaker.
But he's also incredibly intelligent as far as like getting information and just off the dome regurgitating it in a way that's like coherent. Like, I can't believe.
How much time do you think he spends on his phone every day? Because one thing that I've thought of recently is another thing that I know for sure is that the phones really mess up your train of thought. So back in the day when you would get bored and you would think about something, you would come up with an idea or a problem, you would move to this thing, come up with this scheme to solve it, or you would come up with a cool piece of creative or something having to do with the job you work at. Nowadays, you'll get to step one, but then you'll be taken off course by an email or a text message or an Instagram post or something like that. And when you go back, you're not back in the same spot you would have been if you were on this streamline of original thought like it used to be back in the day. These are a huge distraction and a huge like course redirection. And watching him and the way that he speaks and the way that his brain works, I could be wrong, but I don't know why I feel like his screen time is low.
I don't know. I could ask him. I don't know. I'd be curious though.
I am too. He's like I said, he's a very good speaker. The substance of what he's actually saying, once again, he studies it. I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely not the right guy to be asking about it, but I guess it makes me want to ask the questions of like, you know, like, is Elon, for example, the world's richest man? Is he Jewish?
No.
Is like the richest man in China, right? Like, was it Jack Ma? Is that who it was?
Jack Ma, yeah,
right?
One of them,
something like that. Is that right? Is he Jewish?
No, but I don't think China's. I mean, as far
well,
as I'm
what
concerned,
I'm just saying is, I'm just saying like all of these people who are the real like Illuminati sized people, the leaders, the true leadership of the world, right? Like the massive billionaire family in India who has the zoo and they're the biggest, you know, like are they Jewish?
Ambani, yeah.
Yeah, are they Jewish?
Family. No.
So okay, and I understand what you're saying. So you're telling me this state that exists in this war-torn area, okay, of the world that has been fighting off attackers for years. This tiny nation has so much power and so much money, even though they have no resources. They have so much abundance that they have purchased all of the leaders of the world, and the entire world reports back to Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu because they are just so powerful. If that's what you're telling me, that's fine. But in order for me to believe something that in its like simplest and least complex way seems a little far-fetched to me, like this nation has more power than a nation of 300 million people that runs the planet, okay? I would need to see some real hard evidence to believe it. Like, and I'm talking about some documents, some emails that are like, yo, dog, you're gonna go to Epstein Island, or we're gonna do what? We're gonna release this blackmail we have on you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but you think that's not how blackmail works. You're not going to put in an email that kind of stuff, you know?
Okay, so once again, it comes down to one of these things, and we've seen this for years and years and years, where, you know,
it's more about the donors.
Of course, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Now, one thing we know for a fact is Hillary Clinton has her hit squad. Okay, that's That's Israeli funded. Okay, that murders people for her. Okay, but of course, no one would ever get caught. She would never slip up. There would never be a single shred of anything that ever proved anything, because obviously they're not that dumb. And anybody who had the evidence would obviously be killed automatically.
I don't think.
Where do you land, Brad? Like, truthfully, where do you land? Do you land in the world where these conspiracies, even when there's no evidence to support them, or very loose evidence or light evidence to support them, or support something much lower, where it becomes this string theory and one thing kind of means one thing, but when you attach it to another thing, it means all this stuff.
Right.
How much of it do you choose as a human to believe? And that's a question you need to ask yourself. You know,
there are just the undeniables are just the amount of like donations and stuff done in our Congress, and the level to which they vote for things that are in favor for another country, not our country.
You're right.
Undeniable.
You're right. You're right. And I don't understand that. I don't know if it's a territory thing where certainly Israel has incredible technology. They've got a really good intelligence agency in Mossad. They've got a lot. I don't know what we're buying, but I know that all the attention now is on it. Do you not think that we're doing the same thing somewhere in sub-Saharan Africa? Do you think we're not investing money? Do you think we're not playing that same game with Taiwan, for example? Do you know how much money we're probably putting to Taiwan because we need to have that strategic hold on China? So why as a Christian who gets $0 from the Jews, this is a question, and by the way, I could be completely wrong about all of it, and I'm here to admit it. I'm just being the devil's advocate, asking the question. Is it possible that this has just become a little bit of a talking thing, where all the attention is on this nation?
To a degree, but there's also like majority of the world also categorize what Israel is doing as like being war criminals, right?
What they're doing is
yeah.
No. Hold on a second. That's not what I'm saying.
No, I know.
What's going on in Gaza is
I know, but what
completely
I'm answering it. Most of the world powers said that is wrong, completely wrong.
Agreed.
And they've all said this is a war crime, right?
Agreed.
There's only one country that hasn't. And there's also one country that told another country, its actual literal closest ally, as in geography wise, Canada. And also, I think we do about 17% of our trade, intercommerce trade with Canada. And we were going to put tariffs on a country that we do 7% of our trade with versus a country that we do, like, I think 0.4% of our trade with Israel. The point is, there's a lot of things that we go, why is this happening in regards to them, in regards to Israel specifically, in relationship to America? And because there's no answer, that's when you get all the, well, this and that and that and that and this has to do with that and then that. Because there is an undeniable there where we go, well, how are we the only ones doing this?
I agree with you.
And then we talk about intelligence and all this stuff. And we say how their intelligence is so great, but then they bomb the same hospital 2 times in a row after they killed some journalists and they kill a bunch of people trying to get the journalists out.
What's happening in Gaza?
Oops, it's a mistake. So it's like, there's a lot of things that you see and you go, okay, well, there's a little bit of an undeniable where we go, everyone's kind of like, this is wrong, but we're still defending it.
I think there's a difference between the horrors that are going on there and this broader statement about this overall global ownership. And I think there's a difference between the two things. Truthfully, I think Netanyahu has enough trouble with his own people in his country who are saying, yo, this has gotten way out of hand. Like, dude, you'll go to Israel, you'll see enough anti-Netanyahu stuff there. Like, they're not just all like, yeah, dude, the situation's out of control. We completely get that. Taking a step back, I have a best-selling book. It's great. I've done a lot of great stuff. I've interviewed a lot of cool people and had a great time. But truthfully, I have an associate's degree in liberal arts. I smoked crack. Okay, I really love girls and just like having a good time. So, and by the way, like, you cut your finger off last week with a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say here in a microcosm, and I hope the people watching this listen, is there's a chance that none of us really understand the geopolitical theater as much as we like to think we do. Okay. Like, even like the people that truly study it, the pundits like Nick and a lot, bro, like, do you understand how many layers of shit there is from government, military, intelligence, private sector, like leisure and travel? Dude, there are a million sectors and subsectors of conversation involved in this massive dialogue. So the only thing I'm trying to roll back here, and the only thing I can do, is ask questions. That's it. I can only ask questions. But the questions I'm asking, they don't give me answers that lead me to believe that there's this overall one nation state world of as opposed to it being called Earth, of having it be called Israel. That does not, that as of right now, I don't have the evidence to make that my final analysis. I truthfully do not believe that Israel just runs the world.
No, I don't think it's that simple. No, not at all.
It's certainly simplified enough online these days. Have you been on Twitter?
Yeah, but I don't think they say it. It's not in that exact connotation.
Oh, it is. Jews. Have you never seen Jews run the world? Have you never seen that sentence?
I mean, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think that means specifically Israel itself. I think they're talking about overarching industries like you just named, government, where the power lies and how the power is.
Okay, so the last question I would ask on it, and then we could switch to something far more lighthearted.
Yeah.
Is like, which industry specifically? Because I've seen stuff in like music,
pharmaceutical,
and like
Hollywood.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Military industrial complex, all these big companies that sell weapons, buy weapons.
Is there not Christian or Muslim represented competitive entities in those spaces? It's just, this is once again a question. They're just all run by Jewish people. Like if you look at the military complex, like for example, he represents a small part of it, but we had Palmer Luckey on the show, right? Is he Jewish? I don't know. These are just questions that I'm like actually asking, like, what percentage of leadership is truly represented by Jewish people? Or are these just, straw man, like picking this company is Jewish? If you say Boeing's run or Northrop Grumman is run by a Jew, someone's going to watch that and be like, oh, okay, like that's one of the leaders in aerospace and in military technology. So it's a Jewish owned industry. But what if there's 40 other companies that aren't run by Jewish people? Like, who's doing the analysis? Is it Nick?
I mean, I think it's a ton of different people. I'm not doing it personally myself.
I'm just asking the question. I don't have an answer. And by the way, 60 years from now, this is how I'm telling you right now, dude. Like, there's no checks. There's no like you can and can't say. You know that.
Yeah, I know
Bradley,
that.
do you think that? No, Benjamin Netanyahu's calling me and being like, we didn't really like what you said on Bradley Martin's podcast about the damage we're doing. There's nobody. No. I'm just a random guy, dude. There's nobody telling me I can't say shit. If I wanted to go on a rampage right now and drop hard R, I could do it. No, if I wanted to go out and just scream out a bunch of anti-Semitism I could do it. There's no reason I wouldn't do it. The reason I don't do it is because I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Why would I want to do that? Okay. So what I'm telling you is this: in 50 years, I could be completely proven wrong. Like in 50 years, dude, we may find out that everything I'm saying on the show, and they'll be like, ha ha, idiot, dumbass. We wish you cut your finger off on the motorcycle, not Brad. You know, that could happen. It truthfully could happen. I'm not here. I can only ask questions, and someone will answer those questions, whether it's Nick or Candace or whoever. Like they can go through and be like, dude, yeah, like maybe 98% of the industry is run, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just go to people's weddings and officiate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just out here, dude. Like, what do you want?
You got called out by his dad for Peter. Why did that go viral?
Which one? What was it again?
Where he was just like, yo, you kind of just got lucky. You got the
Bro,
ride.
I can't even keep track anymore, dude. It's like, I swear to you, like, hating on me is the everyone's favorite pastime.
But all the comments, to be fair for you, all the comments were like, well, Mike, this is the reason why the show's dope. Mike. You know, nothing against Logan, obviously, but it's just like, you're great at speaking. You're great at, which is another thing. Last time we did a podcast, I don't know how long ago. Oh, I'm gonna do my pod. You're such a bullshitter, bro.
Yeah,
that was something I wanted to talk to you about.
No, I know.
I don't get it. He's just still trying to like, what? What the fuck are you doing?
It's like a mix. It's like a mix of just like bad discipline and just anxiety and
Mr. Put the phone down. You control your life.
It's no. I'm preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like I mean, I'm on this thing all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I know, I'm aware of the pitfalls of it. But simply put, dude, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm an addict, bro. Like through and through. And I really mean that. And that's the worst part of the fact that I haven't branched off and done that yet. So we just signed the deal with Fanatics and WWE. It's been phenomenal. It's been great. We've got new, you know, a whole new lease on guests and a lot of new stuff coming in. So the show's great. We'll do the show for as long as we do the show, right? Forever, hopefully, right? But like, truthfully, man, like I have a lot of really, really bad habits that range from this thing to how I talk to myself, how I think, that I just really like haven't been able to get a hold of, dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we talk about, I know we get at least one good like mental health segment every time I come on, and that's one of my favorite things to talk to you about, but it's one of the hardest things about my lack of acceleration there is that there's people who need the help. You know what I'm saying? And I very much want the show to be something that it makes impact. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the one thing that I don't think people really understand about me. There's obviously like a lot of joking about, you know, the girls and about Logan and that show and the entertainment side of things, but like, I don't think people outside of my individual sphere of the Night Shift and the Fifth Vital really understand the size of the impact. You know what I'm saying? And I've had the opportunity and the honor to work directly with and also just indirectly impact so many people that have been struggling. You know what I'm saying? And so many people who, I mean, if you looked at my messages on any given day, it's just so many. I can't even tell. I mean, the first thing I did this morning when I woke up is have I can show you, is have a full blown conversation with this guy who messaged me at 8:57. You can 7:42 a.m. You could read the message.
He said, "Hey man, I could really use some advice on recovery. I'm 10 days clean and have never quit before. I've listened to your podcast and could relate because I was on Oxy for 3 years and then heroin for 4. Just need someone to talk to." It said, you say, "Hey, brother, I completely understand how you're feeling, but you got to push through. It's going to take a minute for your brain to readjust to everything. But once it does, you're going to have a new lease on life. Everything I have is because I got clean. I made a life for myself and people around me because I got clean. You got to keep pushing."
That's
so how long until you feel normal again?
And I told him,
yeah.
And I mean, you can see he's I'm going to have to get to all that, but basically like,
well, but yeah, there's a ton of shit. I mean, I guess my point is like, you know, that there's a benefit there. Like, why are you holding?
I'm already making. I think comfort is a horrible thing, And since I've already and continue to make a large splash in the space, the Fifth Vital, I don't know if this is even signed or public yet, but the Fifth Vital will be, we just signed for a doc, so a full doc that will go to streamers that we already started shooting. And we, I believe, are either have signed or are about to sign with CAA for a full motion for the book, meaning like raise $10-50 million, like a real project with like a real A-list, B-list actor, be potentially the first creator, part of this creator economy that's had a movie made about their life, like a full Hollywood motion picture made based on the Fifth Vital. Will it happen? We'll see. I mean, it's still early in development. It's got to go to a screenplay and director and stuff like that, but this stuff is coming and it's happening.
Some Jews got to check it out first.
The Jews have to clear the project and make sure that there's no anti-Israel sentiment. Exactly. But no, but I mean, listen, like I continue to message it as much as I can. And that's another reason why I come here, because I don't get a chance to talk about it on Impulsive very much. Yeah. And so to your point, it's a real pain in my side. It's a real pain point for me that
if you just started going off on this shit on Impulsive, would Logan be like, stop?
It would depend on how it fit into the show. Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. Just because like, if he saw that I was passionate about something and it was something on that made sense to the conversation, because our show is like very, when you have a show with another person and both people operate at like a very, very high level of dialogue and conversational acuity, we like, dude, I'm telling you, man, like 500 shows in now, I don't know who has a 1-2 podcast that has better chemistry than me. I mean, dude, the way we know based on the smallest verbal cues, based on the smallest, like, you'll never see it, but he might tap my leg. I might tap his leg. Like if I'm going to, like, you would never see this shit, but it allows us to have a program that's like very seamless and very like as little interruption between the two co-hosts as possible. So there's no power struggle or any of that. So if I have something that's going to like innately fit into the conversation that we're having, then he's not going to have a problem with it. But for it to become like the overarching conversation, that's not going to happen. It's just not, it's not in his wheelhouse to talk about mental health like that because he's such a headstrong individual. He's never dealt with it. It doesn't even make sense to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which for a lot of people it doesn't. There's a lot of people watching this right now that, hear mental health and they say to themselves like, go lift heavy weights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, obviously like the whole like Tate era and like a lot of that stuff kind of push that message. Like there's no such thing as a chemical issue. It's just simply lift heavy weights, eat more chicken, it's like, and watch your stock charts. You know what I'm saying? But like,
watch your stock.
You know what I'm saying? But like, dude, if trauma is a massive, massive contributor to this shit.
Yeah.
Like you have seen and dealt with things in your life that other people haven't. And they'll never understand or even be able to begin to empathize with what that did to the entire trajectory of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like I know about what you've been through. They do too. Like we've all seen the shows and seen the clips. I've got a whole book about it. Like, so I'm not mad at people that can't empathize for it. But once again, that's a reason why I need to push the gas. And so it's like been a major thorn for me. Why doesn't it happen? Just because I'm just so undisciplined, bro. I find myself, I like a lot of things too. I'm addicted to dopamine, whether it be travel, whether it be women, whether it be new food. I mean, you see me, I'm all over the world. I'm 200 flights a year. I don't spend any time in Los Angeles, which is where I need to be to like really focus on the project because that's where all the teams are and the infrastructure. And I'm just always moving around. I'm just doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing. And I just need to get more disciplined.
Cool. So I want to go back to the thing you said about me and like this, the idea and just an overarching idea of like, the Tate era, like this is just do push-ups, stop being a pussy, get money basically. Right. There is a little bit truth to that.
100%.
Because I can look back on my life and sorry, how do I preface this? The reason why it's weird is because, I was young when like my shit happened in my life, and I don't, still to this day, I can't recognize where I made like a conscious decision to use it for good and not for bad. Like what happened to me, the trauma piece, the thing that we were talking about. Obviously losing my father at a young age. I don't know. There was like, Because I could tell a kid now, yo, do this, focus on this, focus on that, go to the gym, challenge yourself, try to learn something new, try to get better. I could say that. When I was the kid and it happened to me, I don't know why I was different than my brother, for example, who the same thing happened to him. He's a year older and he took it in a completely different direction in his life. Now, the outcomes of our lives are obviously completely different. His life's great now. Like it took him a longer time to get like kind of okay with the situation. I sort of like enveloped myself in the gym and like these communities that allowed me to have that feeling that I didn't have from my father. But I still can't, there was no moment where I was like, oh, I'm making this conscious decision to use it for good and not for bad. And so that's why it's weird when we have these conversations around like, yo, just, you know, focus on yourself and push-ups and gym and do all the good stuff, right? Because I had no direction. It was just like I just did it because maybe that's what just made me feel better, or it's what allowed me to avoid the actual problem. So like I was doing something that I didn't know was going to turn out to be great for me now, because it's amazing for me now and it built my whole life from it now. But when I was in it, I was just avoiding it and I was just trying to feel better about myself. So there's a weird thing, because you're right. You're absolutely right. Trauma is a real thing. You can never say that's fake and that's not real, because that's like also scientifically proven it's real. You can't say
for hundreds of years.
Yeah. And then I mean, even trauma that we go through, we have a kid and trauma lives in our sperm and it's a part of our children. Like that's a real thing that also science has proven. So there is real tangible evidence to show that like that stress, the cortisol, it's a part of you. It's real. And then this conversation, like you talk about the Tate conversation around like, you know, depression isn't real, or Sneeko say do some push-ups, whatever, fine.
Shout out Sneeko.
Yes, I love Sneeko. So all that
it's funny if it's funny like because he's another person that like what he says, like I just take that out of it and I just simply look at how he is in real life, and it's such a up situation, because me and him used to spar, like online all the time, like we would get into it, and now like when I go to New York, I'll hit him up because I've hung out with him in real life, and that's like the one thing, quickly, not to like move too far off the topic.
You're fine.
It's just like, how do we present ourselves as like the right way for the audience to truly know us and understand, dude, like, you know who I am outside of these podcasts. Like all I'm willing to do is like help anybody. If you call me, you cut your finger off, you want to get hair, you want to do this, will go out of my way to help anybody, whether it's a person on the street, whether it's you, whatever. Like that's just truly who I am. Like I'm just a nice, good, kind person. And it's like trying to present that is not always easy for me. You know what I'm saying?
On
like
the internet.
Yeah, I think it's just hard to really like, it's not always easy to present your like true authentic self, because especially with a lot of the subject matter and the topics we talk about. But it's funny because Sneeko's actually like super nice in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just like he's normal. Like I see him out. Like I'll see him out. I'll see him at Little Sister. Like he's just out.
Yeah,
you know
he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Yeah. Anyways, there is a lot of truth in that Tate doctrine. It's just the way that it's presented isn't accurate.
Isn't it? It's not its entirety.
Here's why. Because the things that he provides as you not doing them is the catalyst for your mental issues. That's wrong. So you're not suffering from intrusive thoughts and OCD and severe anxiety or depression, or severe depression to a point where like you just don't want to be on this planet anymore, simply because you're not lifting enough weight or you're not eating the right foods. But those things are incredible coping mechanisms for the issues. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
So for me, and this is where he's spot on, the gym, cardio, working out saved my life. Getting that energy, that nasty morning negative energy out of my system by going to the gym saved my existence on this planet, hands down.
Yeah.
Without the gym, it's over.
For sure.
And I'm sure you can say the same thing about yourself.
100%.
Eating better, whether it's peptides or healthy relationships with other people, all the things that he preaches, the lack of those things are not the rationale and the catalyst for your mental illness, but they are the ways that you can help treat it.
Yeah.
Right. So like, dude, like there's no evidence to prove at all that hitting the gym every day in a very regimented approach, eating good proteins, vegetables, getting the right amount of sleep every single day for an extended period of time is going to help you process the fact that your father killed himself, or the 9 years of severe substance abuse and endless amounts of trauma that I saw with my eyes and felt with my body. It's not going to do it. It's not going to cure it. There's only certain proven tactics after hundreds of years of scientific research that actually works on that stuff. And that is unpacking and renegotiating with yourself how you process and how you interpret that trauma, how you decide to interpret that trauma. That's like consider it 4 steps. I was just talking with Logan about this the other day. Like these are the types of conversations we have offline. We should have more on the podcast, to be honest.
You should, yeah.
There's sensory. The first step of everything is sensory input. What did I see, feel, smell, hear, whatever, right? That's how, from a human existence standpoint, that's our first data point. You had to see or feel or somehow ingest the fact that your father killed himself. You had to do that. Like as a kid, you had to do that. It was presented to you in a sensory way. The next thing that you had to do was deal with the feeling. Step 2 is the feeling that emitted. You had very little power over that, especially as a kid. But in life in general, a feeling is generally can happen very quickly. That feeling, the pit of your stomach or your heart dropping, or that feeling.
Yeah.
But step 3 is a true intervention point, and that is how do we decide to interpret that trauma and continue to play that out in our minds in a way that is healthy for us.
Yeah. To go back to the thing you said about working out, there is actual science evidence that shows training consistently heavy, like actually working out, does actually help you forget trauma. There is actual evidence of that.
To what? Like some percentage or semblance of
I don't know exact figures.
Like I said, it's certainly a
I'm not saying it's the only way. I'm not saying it's the only way.
But it can't. But it's not a cure either.
No, there's no. You're right. The bigger cure is like, the altering your perception about it. But Correct. That's what I was saying when I was a kid. Like there was no one showed me or taught me to alter my perception in a way that allowed me to like stick and be in the gym. I was just trying to avoid. My first thought was like, let me avoid these feelings. Let me avoid these thoughts. And
you ran away.
And the only way that I could do that, honestly, was the gym and video games. It was just nonstop video. If I wasn't in video games, I was at the gym. If I wasn't at the gym, I was playing video games. And it just allowed me to escape. And then I was like, oh, I actually just really enjoy this stuff. So I just stuck with it. But I guess I'm just saying, like, I'm grateful that I did something without knowing that I was like doing it. And that's the interesting thing now. I mean, obviously as a kid, you don't know enough anyways, but for people now trying to deal with things, it's like, it is that simple, but obviously it's not that simple, but it is as simple as like, where's your thought 100% of the day? Where is it majority of the day? Where does your thought?
That's really the biggest thing.
Yeah. Where does your thought travel to? Cause the thing that's also, I was reading about this as well. Like, and I've even talked about this on my show plenty of times, but the idea of intention and like making your life what it is happening 100% of the day, no matter what, whether you're aware of it or not.
Can I play a quick clip?
Yeah, go ahead. So whether you're going like, yo, I want to be better at this, like, and in your mind, you could hear it and you're saying it and you're going, I want to be better at the gym. I want to be stronger. I'm going to be stronger. I am stronger. Like, or you're not saying that, whatever that like underlying sort of inner monologue is, it's real. It's dictating your life.
The only person that thinks in your mind, and you create your experiences. And just for this moment, I want you to catch the thought you're thinking right now and ask yourself, is it negative, or is it positive, or is it neutral? Do you want this thought to create your future? Now, because we think so quickly, and the thoughts just go whizzing through our minds, it's not always so easy to begin changing our thoughts. You can start by editing your speech. Begin to listen to what you say, and don't say anything that you don't want to become true for you. There are literally billions of thoughts that you can think, and infinite numbers of things that you can say. Make these be nourishing thoughts. Pick thoughts that create nourishing experiences for you.
I mean, bro, like since I was a kid, all the way through my addiction, all the way through my use, all the way through every piece of trauma I've dealt with in my life, all the way till right as I sat on this couch, not a single day has ever gone by where my thoughts were majority positive. Never a single day of my entire existence on this planet. As far back as I can remember, they've always been less than, this person doesn't trust you, this person thinks you're stupid, you're not good enough. That breaking that cycle as an 18-year-old, as a 24-year-old, as a 38-year-old, as a 40-year-old, when you've lived 40 years of that internal dialogue cycling, which has now been compounded and made 80 times worse by the comparison that you make daily when you look at other people's lives, is such a hard fucking cycle to break, bro.
Yeah.
It seems so monstrous of an idea to even make it through 30 minutes, let alone an entire day. And my mind has, and I fear will be, has always been a monster. It is a terrible place, and it does not allow me to feel proud. It does not allow me to feel content. It doesn't allow me to feel safe. It doesn't allow me to feel comfortable in any situation around any person. It's just not how I'm wired. And that has been, you ask about not doing shows, you ask about not having kids. That is all I know of life, is fight or flight. It's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I know is trauma is that when I walk out that door, something bad is going to happen to me, because that's how my life has been. And I've been very, very blessed. But for some reason, and this is why it goes back to, it does not matter how much I put up in the gym. It doesn't matter if I do 245, 295, until I start to address that trauma and start to really unpack why the things happened to me that happened to me when I was 16, 14, when I watched my dad beat the fuck out of, you know what I'm saying? Or my mom do this thing or smash his windshield or this up, and why I had to have organs removed, and why I had to have rods put in my femur, and why I almost bled out 3 different times, and why I was always in court, and why I was almost OD'd, and why I lost all my friends to overdose and to jail, and all of the things I've seen my entire life, and that still go to today, which with the things you know about what happened at my last house and the things that I continue to go through. That's all my mind knows. All my mind knows is chaos. And I'm just always thinking in that way. And so not to make it a thing like that, but until you really start to figure out how to intervene in that loop, you're stuck in it. It's like prison for me. I wake up every day in prison. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm free man or not, whether I have money or not, whether I go to the gym or not. That's truly how I feel. It's how I felt my entire life, dude. Whether I have a girlfriend, whether I have a business partner, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm always on edge.
I relate to that. I do, heavily. And even when I think about my life, doing the good things that I did, like, you know, succeeding in the gym, succeeding at these feats of strength, like making dope videos, doing all this cool shit, the inner monologue was always like, I have to prove that I'm good enough because I don't feel like I'm good enough. And it was the same thing every day, even as I was getting better, even as I was getting stronger, even as I was getting better at content, better at all the things, like better at anything. The underlying thing was, I'm not good enough. But I guess my question to you after everything you just said is, have you seen a shift at all? Have you seen a change at all?
Yeah, I think through credible victory in life and credible success, it's so to say this, it's definitely gotten better. Does that make sense? Like I've definitely started to feel a little bit better. And by the way, like, you know, when people ask you, like, are you happy? Like when somebody says to you, like, are you happy? Like, are you happy with where things are? Or even like when somebody says this person's a genius, nuance obviously is something the internet just doesn't get, but you can be very happy in one aspect of your life and very sad in another. You know what I'm saying? So to just say I'm happy, I'm grateful every day. I'm grateful every single day. I'm got to be one of the most blessed people on this planet, dude, to still be here and to be able to sit here and have the things that I have. And I'm so thankful to God and to my mom and to the people that I've had in my life. But I would say I've gotten better at some things, and then some things I'm still running from. Like, it's like, dude, like after this, when these relationships fail, bro, it puts me into a hole, bro, like a really bad hole, because even though it's always me doing it and me pulling the plug on it and me walking away from it, like it always has been, it just feels like another failure. It just feels like another thing that I couldn't do good enough. And that's not always the case. And like for people watching this who are having trouble in their relationships, like that's been a theme for me, like over the past, like maybe not right now, but like maybe like 4 months ago, like, I was calling you and like was really in a bad spot just because like I just couldn't make it work. It's not about like wrong person for you or you're the wrong person for them. It's just the wrong people for each other. Like that's really what it is. And you can make little changes. You can do your best to like become a better person and so on and so forth. But there's just a lot of times in life where it's just not the right fit. You know what I'm saying? And so all this to say, like, I've learned a lot about myself and I feel like I'm in a much better place, but I still do live a lot of my life based on living in like a state of like fear slash anxiety, just from all the stuff that I've been through.
It's interesting you say it's not the right person, and everything you just said right there, right after that was you. Like you, and I'm not saying you're the wrong person, but in this case, you were being the wrong person for yourself, just like I've been the wrong person for myself.
Oh yeah, for sure. But there are people, and you truly have to believe this. There are people out there who will present themselves in a way that really provides a place of calm for you, as opposed to more anxiety. Like, dude, like both of my past relationships have just been really rocky and like fiery, and just like there will be someone out there who provides for you calm and peace.
But here's the interesting part, right? You're right. You're absolutely right. But it's your choice of that person. It's your choice of seeing what it is.
100%. No. Yeah, for sure.
But
the heart loves it. I mean, it's this last one, I just fell in love very quickly, and I don't regret any of it. I don't regret any of it, dude. It just I should have noticed that there were incompatibilities much earlier than I did. Yeah. And it was like, even with the whole world telling me that they existed, it's the heart wants what it wants. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to adjust and edit, but at the end of the day, it's like, dude, it's a puzzle, and you've got to find the person that really fits with your puzzle. And my puzzle is a complex one, and there's travel, and there's, a lot of uncertainty, and there's always girls around. And obviously when I'm in a relationship, I'm done with all of them, and I don't talk to any of them. And, all of my exes have my password to my phone, like I have no problem with that. Like there's nothing to hide, you know what I'm saying? But it just seems like it's just going to take a little bit of a complex person in themselves to handle this, dude, because it's a lot. And I do still have a lot of growing. I have a lot of growing up to do. Don't get me wrong. Like I really do. Like I'm working on it in some ways. So I'm not super worried about it, but like going back to what we were talking about, like I'm happy in some areas and I feel more confident in some areas, which was the question you asked me. Yeah. Like, do you feel better in any places? And yeah, in like the career world, being able to come and sit here and have a podcast with you and not be sweating. Like, remember when I used to come here and I would just always sweat because I was so fearful and nervous, and like just that cortisol just like rushing through me. And now I can go on TV or anything now. And
I remember we even paused the podcast once. And you're like, we can take a minute. And funny.
I did sweat really bad at Logan's wedding. It was 150 degrees there, but I had to
Italy,
officiate.
right?
Yeah, I had to officiate in front of all the people, and it was a lot. It was like a nervous.
Where was my invite? What?
You guys need to catch up and squash some shit.
I'd love to. I gotta come. Still gotta come on that podcast. I remember we were. Supposed to do that.
I know. We need to do that.
Down.
We need to. I mean, bro, now it's so chill. I mean, he's a very different person. He's got a kid now, and and a wife, and it's I don't know, man. It's the weight of this existence is can be gruesome at times, man. It really can. But it is such a beautiful thing, and it's just such a blessing to be able to live here. And I think now like I've really just started to feel more. I think letting go,
that's the key,
is just such a powerful thing, and just really just whatever it is you believe in. Like for me, it's God and Jesus Christ, and praying to God, a couple times a day, and being thankful for the things I'm so lucky to be blessed with, and everything else is just gonna go the way it goes, dude. And it's crazy. It's like, dude, it's like, how do you ever really truly feel, even in the presence of God, comfortable, in this just unimaginable thing that we live, which is this world that's gonna end, and it's all gonna go away at one point, and our loved ones are, and it's heavy. It's heavy shit.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to get to a place of just like pure bliss.
No, but I know I'm on the way other side. Yeah. Like I know you can get close to a point where you're like somewhat content and somewhat peaceful about your day to day, but it's all just, a lot of it to the Tate era point is the decisions we make and how we cope. And this thing is as bad as it gets, bro. It's not helping you. It's not helping you find clearer thoughts. It's not helping you find nourishing thoughts. It's nasty work. It's comparative.
Have you been able to step away from that more?
Nah. When I travel, sometimes I do. And when I find myself in the presence of people, but a lot of times I come back into these really nasty, like dopamine drop-offs after these trips. And I find myself alone in my apartment for, a long time. And it's not good, like I just get in just nasty, like cycles, even though I'll go to the gym and like, I'll see people on and off, but like a lot of the day will be just be by myself,
Yeah.
Which is, it's practice. It's just practice, dude. You got to get better at just controlling those thoughts,
Yeah. I just wonder if we ever come back on this pod and you have a conversation where you're like, yo, I figured it out. I guess you don't really figure it out. I think that's
you don't really figure it out. You get better. You get better and better, and it's like I think now I've gotten to a point too where I think I spent so many years like so scared of like the fall off. And it's like for all of us, it's like, dude, it's your business. Of course you're thinking about it. And now like I think you are worried about it for two reasons. One, because it's your business and you want to make money and support your lifestyle. But then two is that ego
100%.
That's basically saying like, oh, like I became irrelevant or whatever. And I think for me, like, and for yourself as well, getting to a point where you're like a decade deep.
Yeah.
8 years, a decade deep in like, oh, I could put out a video tomorrow and get 1 million views on it. Or my last TikTok got 7 million. You know what I'm saying? And you've watched every wave of creator come and go. You've watched 100 waves of creators come and go. You eventually get to a point where that second one kind of goes away. You're like, dude, I did this. I did this thing. I personally, unlike you, had some great help for, especially in the early years. All my night shift stuff is completely separate from that. I mean, we do content occasionally, but like a lot of the other work I do has been a spawn of some of it, but I know how hard I've worked. I know how talented I am in the space. And I feel good at this point about the fact that really any of it could go away and reinvent as something else. And I wouldn't feel like I failed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We've just been on for too long. We've done too many multi-million view shows on every person's platform. We've done so many commentary gigs and TikToks and Instagram campaigns and brand deals. And it's just, I feel like if I had to walk away from the internet, you know, tomorrow, because I was going to go into movies and producing or business, like we haven't even had this yet, that I could do it and I wouldn't feel like I failed anything.
I knew this was coming, by the way.
I waited so long.
Yeah, you did.
There's not even anybody left
earlier on.
Have you tried it yet?
Yeah. They said
Who's did you?
I
had them send it to.
Yeah, I believe so. Or Tav did.
It's a people really like it, dude.
It's like Pop Rocks to me. It's also like a funny crystal death. It's kind of
really do it.
It's funny because it's funny that it's your product because the crystal breath thing, like the meth, you know. Oh yeah,
it is great, and
okay.
it's zinc activated, so it actually cleans your mouth. And I think zinc is good for your loads too, isn't it?
It's good for your sleep. It's good for testosterone. It's good for a lot of stuff.
My load, yeah.
Who came up with the idea of the pop rocks?
It's all a product of this dude Chris and like a
bigger
dentist.
question.
Yeah,
a little disrespected.
What?
Why did I not get involved?
Equity side?
Yeah. Why no one involved me in it?
Because it started at just 3 creators. It was just me, Aiden, and Banks. That was it.
Okay.
And then it started to like steamroll out into like MGK and Yachty now just did our Amazon commercial, and we just had a call with Wiz today, and like there's a lot of like bigger, like more like celebrity creators that are coming on now. But a lot of people did get the ability to like buy in. You probably still could put a little bit of money in if you wanted to.
I just saw it. Got sent to
it moved fast, bro. It's dominating on TikTok Shop. Dominating. Like, I mean, dude, I don't even know how much it sold. It sold millions of dollars, bro. It's actually doing really well.
You fucking snubbed me like Prime, dude.
You still could get involved.
That's crazy.
Why don't you just get involved in 1010 Burger instead? 1010 Burgers finally we got some lease. Oh, I think we're going to Miami. Aren't you opening in Miami? Mm-hmm. What's the timeline?
It's looking like 6 months now.
Yeah, so probably around the same time we'll probably be opening both.
We're going to be in Wynwood.
I was gonna go to Wynwood, but the burgers are already there.
Really?
There's already like 4 burgers there. There's Skinny Louie's, Cowie.
Oh, yeah.
Ted's is opening. Yeah, we did the Skinny Louie review.
My gym's like down the street from that.
It's a great burger.
Fucking great.
Skinny Louie's a great burger. I think they're. You've had 1010, right?
Yeah. I had it at the pier.
Yeah,
it was fucking good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you had it on the SLS day.
Yeah, just snubbing me, dude. What the fuck, man?
Bro, we're not in the same. I would expect to be more mad at like a Nelk or something. You're so closely aligned.
On everything.
Yeah, but you're so closely aligned with them. Banks, and Aiden doing something together made sense because we've done so much shit together in the past on the business side.
They snubbed me. They told me for like 6 months I was gonna be a part of that, then just dipped.
Bro, you really want to be in some Jewish-owned company?
What the fuck?
I mean, bro, you never know. Dude. Like they run everything. Right?
You're stupid. Oh my god, that was funny. That was a good joke. Dude, that was a good joke.
I mean,
I just felt this type. I felt a certain way because I was like a part of it earlier on, and I was like, "What the?" It is what it is, man.
Dude, none of it. We'll see who even exits. Like honestly, bro, it's like the only company that's had an exit so far has been Alani. Like other than that, like I don't think anyone else is even really. Like no one's really made money. It's not like somebody's had like a huge like exit.
Yeah, Alani and a lot of the same people own Prime, obviously. Yeah, they own a bunch of different shit. But I guess kind of on the Nelk thing a little bit. What was your response to the Netanyahu thing? I'm trying to get back to the whole Jews thing, but it's not about that. It's not about that. But I saw a clip where you guys were supposed to have him.
Not supposed to have. We got the offer to do it.
So who offered?
I don't know. It was the idea. No, I'm just no. I don't know who it was, truthfully, because I just got a text message in our chat that was like, do we want to do Netanyahu interview in DC on this date? And the feedback in the group chat was like, are you fucking kidding me? No, dude, we're not doing that show. Like, what? It's just from a optics standpoint, there's just no way to win that. Because you're just platforming someone that should not have that level of platform right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, Nelk learned the hard way. Like, I'm so happy we didn't do that show.
That was nuts.
No, it was insane, dude. I mean, and maybe they had the right, sentiment and rationale to doing it. But okay, the only way you're doing that show right now is if you are, like, if Nick had him on.
Yeah.
Because then you have someone who's, like, vehemently on the opposing side, make it a debate and really dig into him and be like, dude, why the are you doing this? Why are you not letting Aid in? Why are you not letting journalists in? Like asking the real questions.
Right.
Or at least like what's your plan for those things? Like really like asking the right questions.
That would be an insane interview to see Nick and Benjamin Netanyahu talk. That'd be one of the craziest. That would break the internet.
He would never do it.
That would never happen.
Nick would do it, but he would never do it. But I thought it was insane, dude. We didn't get to cover any like pop culture shit today. which I don't mind. That actually makes me happy because we talked about like serious shit, and I'm sure the pop culture stuff you've already heard every breakdown on. It's like you know about all the beef with Aiden and Banks and FaZe, and like I would assume you have heard about all that stuff.
Like
already.
the Viewbot stuff, the XUC
the Viewbot stuff, like XUC, like all that. It's like I get to see it from the Aiden and Banks stuff from a super high level and really like understand like what's going on there, and a lot of crazy shit has happened.
I didn't know enough about that because I saw it, but I'm obviously not involved in any of it, but I didn't see what actually, it just seemed like.
It's just like, dude, it's just like a lot. I think there's just always a lot of misunderstanding between creators, and unless you have like, and a lot of creators are really young. And so unless you have like the skill set to be able to like navigate these like intricate webs of like, like there was like money involved in crypto and, this coin and all these other crypto influencers. And I think a lot of it got spun out of
MLG
proportion.
Thing, right? Yeah.
I think a lot of it got like misunderstood and spun out of proportion and just didn't make sense. And then you had Chicken Big Mac happen. And like, there was a lot of, and dude, think about me, like my whole circle around me is like, Aiden's going through it. Banks is going through it. Tav's even somehow getting smoked for Chicken Big Mac. Like, it was just a lot, bro. That was and I was looking around me and I'm like, bro, everyone's like, because they always call me. They always call me. I'm the first caller. Like, yo, can you get X, Y, and Z on the phone? Get this person on the phone. Let's fix this now. Like they always want me to. Everybody always wants me to act as like the intermediary that has the conversation happen. So you start to get out of line, I'm going to cut you off and be like, yo, let him talk. You know what I'm saying? I've done 1,000 of those over the years.
What actually happened? Do you know?
I mean, it depends on which one. It's like, I mean, Tav, what happened. I mean,
that was just some silly. But
that one was fucked up too because it seemed like Kai pulled that one out as in an effort to find something against Aiden.
That's how I recognized it.
Like, bro, it happened a year beforehand, and like out of nowhere, like it becomes something that you just want to make a big deal about.
I'm not
in an industry, by the way, where all those dudes say it. Right. I'm not justifying what happened, but I'm just saying, how those kids are all crazy. They all say the shit.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? They say what they say. Like the streaming industry says all kinds of stuff.
What it looked like. It looked like a way for Aiden for Kai to avoid Aiden, basically. That's what
and avoid the conversation about why he was like curving him and whatever.
Right. But the MLG thing, I didn't understand this whole like Banks.
I don't know. I think it was miscommunication. And I think truthfully, like looking back, I think Aiden kind of jumped the gun and made some statements that he then had to like be like, okay, like at least this is what I took from it, that he then went back and was just like, okay, like maybe this didn't happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's still really confusing to me, and it's the reason why like I don't touch anything related to crypto. Yeah. It's just too unregulated. I just don't want to touch it. It's like,
you don't hold any crypto?
No, I hold crypto.
Yeah,
I hold big coins.
Yeah.
It's been great. The past couple of weeks have been phenomenal.
Insane, yeah. I hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP.
I only have ETH. So for me, think about what ETH has done in the past. Like, I'm loving it, dude.
Yeah. You don't have any XRP?
Nothing, nah. I don't play in any of those shits, bro.
Really?
I wish I did, because people have made generational wealth, and especially like the memes and all that shit. Like, it's been great for people, but
I think XRP is next up.
I know. Well, they had a bunch of regulation success, and it looks like they're going to be able to, it looks like they're going to be able to do something. I don't know what it is. I don't even talk about crypto on podcasts anymore.
No.
Well, actually, you can now. Now you could really do anything you want. But but here's the thing. This whole like crime is legal like thing, that's what they say in the crypto world now, like with the new administration. It's like a joke. It's like this thing they say crime is legal.
As in the rug pull?
As in anything. Because like there was a time where you couldn't do anything, and the SEC was on everybody's ass over everything, and everyone was getting fined. Then Trump comes in, drops Trump coin, drops Melania coin, goes out and basically is like, bro, the leader of the free world dropped the meme coin, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I couldn't believe that. That was insane to
me. So then this thing, crime is legal, was born. All the SEC charges on everybody got, but the problem with crime is legal is a new administration is eventually going to come in. So I still don't trust crime is legal, because now people are doing shit under the assumption that the current administration rule is going to exist for a long time. But if you get a new leadership in 4 years and they decide like, hey, we're going to go prosecute in retrospect, like people are going to be.
Yeah.
So I don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
It could happen. It's bro, a lot of the people that got in early crypto were on laws that don't even exist. That and especially didn't exist when they were doing the shit. Like criminality happens in retrospect. They'll create laws and be like, you broke this law that didn't exist at the time. And they'll come after you for it. I
don't even know how you could even try that, though.
It's insane. I'm telling you, bro, this is like really crazy. Early, like crypto, like not early, but like talk about like 2018, 2019, where people were just doing whatever because the SEC was still undecided on if, you know, NFTs were a security or if crypto was a security or if meme coins were a security. All of these things were still so undecided in gray area and Wild West. But then they out of nowhere just decided like, hey, well, this is the law now and you broke it 5 years ago.
That's nuts though. I think that's
insane. But it's how it works. So it's crazy. So it's like this whole like crime is legal thing. It scares me a little bit because a lot of these people are out there like flexing meme coins, like pumping meme coins to their large audiences. If in 4 years, like even if they come back and say, yo, Trump, what you did was a major violation, he would get pardoned because he was a president maybe. Yeah. But all these other dudes who launched these little coins and shilled them on their Twitter, and by the way, actually made money because that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Like these people made millions and millions of dollars, unlike people who just around and nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a chance that they will get prosecuted in the future.
That's fucking nuts, man.
So
speaking
of
prosecution, do you think, did you see the whole thing with Rampage's son?
100%.
Do you think they're going to press charges against him?
I think they should, unless this is the biggest work of all time and was fake, which we know it wasn't. Now, it was one of the worst things that I've seen on the internet. Yeah. One of the worst things I've ever seen on the internet.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
You've got this guy. It looks like he was asked into this wrestling sphere, okay, based on who he was and who his father is and what he fights, right?
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
He gets hit in the head with a can in what seems like either a planned or even if it was unplanned. He gets hit in the head with an empty can. I've been hit in the head with full glass bottles to a point where I'm bleeding all over the place. Stitches all the way down my head on you know, I've got pictures, I've posted them before where I'm soaked in blood. If that person then came and was yelling in my face and I did what he did to that guy, to him, I still should be a felony arrested for it.
Yeah.
Bro, you can't just pummel someone unconscious and then not stop. This was an hour after the fact when you had a full hour to calm down from this little tap, which didn't knock him down. Didn't affect him. He's having a conversation about it. The guy apologizes. Sure, you want to smack the shit out of him? Even if he got in the ring and knocked the dude out and the dude was unconscious and they walked away, different story. Yeah. But to have someone unconscious and pummel them to a point where they are bleeding and basically on the verge of death, there's no way to excuse that. If the state doesn't prosecute that, that's a malfunction of the state. And you don't need anyone to press charges. The guy doesn't have to press. No.
I thought the organization or he would have to press charges.
Once you have video evidence of someone doing that, the state can press assault charges. It depends on the state, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But no, you don't need anybody to say I want to or don't want to. No shot.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you could look it up, but I'm almost positive you do not need the fucking victim to come forward to press charges. The state it'll be the state versus you.
Yeah. The thing the whole thing.
I want to press charges on Tav. Look at this.
What the fuck happened?
He like punched the shit out of me with his hand. Is like, you know when someone really hooks you with their knuckles good?
Bro, he looked like you tore a bicep.
I know. I do bruise a little bit easy. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
it's fine. It's fine.
It sure?
I bruise easy. You know when someone really gets you with their knuckles and you're not expecting it. So you're not flexing, you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
Like he came around the side and just drilled me, bro.
Bro, he needs to get on the brand risker. Like what?
He hit really hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, bro, look at you tore your shit. Like I'm not kidding. No, like that looks like a torn shoulder and it went distal.
It's fine. Oh, but then all this down here is from cup. Some of it's from cupping. I had cupping on my.
No, I know that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that.
Bad.
Black and blue.
I know.
Damn, Tom got a heater on him.
Well, he hit me hard. I was just standing there. We were at his party the other night, at his birthday party, and he just, I don't know what he was doing. He just hit me hard.
Chicken Big Mac, bang.
Dude, literally. Really? Chicken Big Mac? Really? Dang. And dude, Banks was watching. It was the funniest thing ever. I had the Fifth Vital in my hand because I was like talking to somebody about it, and I took both hands on it as hard as I humanly could and smashed him in the face with it. His glasses went flying, like the whole line. But he won the war because I got this bruise, bro. I don't know what happened. But anyways, he's got to be prosecuted. He has to be prosecuted. There's no excuse for it. You put the dude in almost into a coma.
Yeah.
His dad, they're turning it into a race thing. You want to have a statistical conversation about the races involved, then go have it. I don't care to be involved in the conversation. I mean, I'm like, I don't know. You want to get into socioeconomics and per capita and all that shit, then go have the conversation. But as far as this thing is concerned, that dude really up. He really fucked up. And it sucks because maybe he's not a horrible person, but he had a horrible lapse in judgment, and he's going to have to now learn his lesson through the penalty of law. And it sucks for his dad because his dad doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. His dad's such a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Rampage is
yeah, I've met him a number of times.
I've ever talked to.
He definitely does not deserve this. And people coming at Rampage are scumbags.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to bring up how he was raised, or something like that, and you want to have that conversation in a respectful way, or even ask questions, like, did you encourage this type of behavior? Like, is there anything you could have done differently? I don't know, in some long form setting down the line, sure, but to just attack him and try to bury him as a result of what his son did. Imagine if people did that to my parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fucked. Super.
Ass. That was horrible, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. For one moment, I was like, I thought it wasn't even real at one point.
No, that's what I thought too. I thought it was like a work. Like I thought they were just doing it because at some of the shots missed low on the beard. Yeah, but he connected on enough of them. It was nasty work, bro.
Yeah, it seemed to me it just was probably like you mentioned, it died off. It was an hour. It's like an hour after he said sorry. It's probably he's reading the chat. Chat's like, oh, you're gonna
let him bitch you down like that. You're gonna let him punk you like that. Like chat,
like he just fell into the.
And all the kids watching it were probably so happy that happened. Yeah, and we're so pushing for that to happen, and now get to go and sit at their house and jerk off and goon and watch fucking more streams. Well, he now goes and does prison time because they rile people up. Yeah, and that's the danger of the stream. I mean, bro, I did an IRL with Sneeko. And it was fantastic, bro. I loved it. It really felt good. Like me being on the streets, bro, like the amount of interactions I have, dude, like so many people come up. I go up to so many people. I would crush IRL, but I do not like that community. I do not like that space. I think it's the most toxic.
I've been doing a lot of it.
No. I like doing it on other people's streams, especially, but I think it's the most toxic and
the viewers of that community.
Yeah. They're kids. Yeah. It's a 14 to 18 community. They do not understand the things that I say. First and foremost, they just don't. They don't understand. They don't even know what the word empathy means. They don't understand it. They don't understand perspective. They don't understand any of that shit. It's just out the window.
But you could teach it to them.
No, I can't. I can't, dude. I'm telling you, I can't. They're just too young.
You can, bro.
They're just too young. They want to watch Aiden eat his toenails and fucking talk about gooning to Brecky Hill and shit. I can't, dude. I can't. I'm too old, bro. If I was 26, maybe. But I'm just too. The problem is I do love it. It's so sick. Like when I go out on IRLs, it's so sick. Yeah. Like I see girls, girls talk to me and Sneeko asks them to rate me, and we do this thing and that thing, and it's just like so fun to me. But it's just like having that always on eyeball, and you have to be consistent in streaming. You have to. That's the name of the game. Yeah.
I've been loving it.
I just have too much other shit outside of social media going on. So much business, movies, docs, impact work. Like I don't care. I have 500,000 or 400,000 on Twitch. Like I can go fire back up.
Crystal breath,
baby.
She stubbed me on.
Damn,
stubby,
that's
man.
a bad question to ask.
What?
I'm doing a movie night tonight with a bunch of girls. I was gonna ask if you want to come.
Dude, I'm flying at 4 a.m. to
Austin.
To go to Stem Cells.
Because I have a theater at my new place, like at my new building that I moved into, and it's sick, and you could like rent it out, and it's sick, bro. So you could like rent the theater out.
Maybe I'll pull all nighter.
I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there, dude. Even though I probably should just girls? It's like 7, maybe.
Just you and 7 girls?
I think I might have Tav come too, potentially, just to kind of even the ratio out a little bit. Dude, I don't know, bro. That's just, I don't know.
Yo, wait. Let me ask you about your Riz real quick. Cause like, I don't understand. You get on podcasts, talk about like my life is fucking crazy. I can't figure my shit out. It's just nuts. But then you have 7 chicks.
What do you mean I can't figure my, bro, the only thing I've ever been good at is girls. I know. What do you think being good at girls is?
That's fair.
That's the whole part of it. You know what I'm saying? And like people say like, oh no, it's because he has money, dude. Like, trust me, I don't have that much money. I have some money, but there's a reason why they get off the yacht to come hang out with me on a little boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like I'm a very, very fun and very, very plugged in person who can make, who knows how to have a good time and curate a good time. I mean, you saw the Ibiza trip.
Yeah,
the Ibiza trip was a trip of the summer. I don't care who you're comparing it to, what person you're comparing it to.
I didn't get the invite.
We had 3.
We had snubbed on that.
We spent $700,000. So unless you were really willing to come and drop major capital, we went insane there. We had 3 villas that were all 60 to 80,000 euros a piece. We had 2 boats. We had 4 different chefs. We had security. We had vans. Me and like 5 or 6 dudes that are like, a couple of them are just from rich families and just like. Top came. That was the trip of a lifetime. Like, honestly, bro.
But you didn't drop the money. They dropped the money.
No, we all did. We all threw in. I didn't throw. There was one kid that threw in more than everyone.
Fair.
I probably threw in like 30 or 40 racks.
Fair.
Probably. This summer's been an expensive one. The wedding was expensive too, because I flew my mom out first class. I had girls come first class. Like, that was like another like 15 grand. It's been a really expensive
to the wedding for,
because I got a +2. I didn't want a +1. So I asked for a +2 and he was like, that's fine. So then I got them their own room at Villa d'Este.
Wait, you brought 2 girls or was your mom and a girl?
No, my mom and 2 girls.
So +3.
Yeah.
Well, the mom doesn't count. That's like
no, but I also,
counts,
do you want to know the most messed up part about it? Truthfully, the most messed up part about it, I literally had like maybe 5 minutes of time with them. Like all the other guys at the wedding just hung out with them because we got there, I got them settled in a room and then literally just started working. I officiated the wedding. I emceed the wedding. I had 1010 Burger. I had my mom there. We did a 3-hour podcast on the last day of the wedding. Like I didn't even get a chance to talk to him. And that was one of the moments where I really realized that I waste way too much money on stupid shit. Cause dude, flying them in, their room was $4,000. Like Graham Stephan asked me on like the podcast I did with him. He's like, how much would you say you usually spend on a first date? And I thought about it. I was like, dude, I don't even know. Like, it depends on which date it is. Like, it's like some of them are expensive.
But would you consider flying 2 girls out to your friend's wedding? No, there is not a date.
Yeah. Absolutely not. I haven't been on a date. And I don't remember the last time I was on a date. It's all just experiences, bro.
Yeah.
So to the point of the viewer, some of it is money. Some of it is money. Because technically, like, some of the times, like, we're bringing people out.
Yeah.
But, like, tonight, it's like watching a movie. With Steffi, I feel like it's like almost like a Bilzerian thing. But I'm not hooking up. I'm not hooking up with all of them though. I'm not. I'm not. I know some of them.
All of them. Some of them.
I don't know. The night's young. We'll see what happens, bro. But I'm also I truthfully have been trying to take some strides to. It's so dumb. And like I'll talk about it with you in like a joking thing of how dumb it is. But like I have been trying to take some strides to like not glorify it. Cause it's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's just like so soulless and I don't know. It's weird because dude, cause I'm friends with all the girls and they're all really cool. You know what I'm saying? So there is an aspect of it that's just like friendship and fun and just like having cool people around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get it. But, I mean, you can live your life how you want to live your life, man. I don't think it's wrong.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Truthfully. And I do have to go because it's 9.
No, it's fine. I could talk to you for hours. You already know that.
I love being on the show. I love you. I love your audience. Guys, go out there, grab some breath, Dev.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And thanks for having me back on, bro. Anytime you want me to drive an hour and a half, I'll come down here and pop
everyone
on.
Message Mike, ask him why he still hasn't given Brad any points there.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
You gonna Mike Majlak me for like Prime?
I'm not gonna do that to you. I would never, Brad. Not gonna do it.
I'll give you some money, bro.
Let's talk about it. We'll talk about it after the show.
I like the product. I do. Actually.
It's nice.
I do.